I wanted wrestling themes today. Let's go with Shawn Michaels. Hey guys, welcome to the ASC Colony live stream. My name is Adam, the Heartbreak Kid, Jewel, and with me is Brendan, the Dead Man Trexler.
We're gonna get DMCA'd now because of that.
Huh?
We're gonna get DMCA'd because of that.
It was fuzzy enough to where I don't think it's gonna pick it up, and it's under 10 seconds. So try again, buddy. Anyways, how you doing?
I'm fine.
What's new with you?
Not much. We just had a hurricane roll through, and it was kind of
old Hurricane Ida.
Yeah, I mean, we're up here in the Jackson metro area, so it was pretty underwhelming. We were expecting to get a whole lot more than we got, and it was just some rain. It wasn't even heavy rain, so.
Okay.
I'm not trying to downplay the hurricane by any means. I'm just saying for what we were expecting.
You're in a better situation than someone right now.
Yeah, we actually had some people come to the bookstore today, and they were from Louisiana, and they were up here because they didn't have any power and stuff, so they're staying with relatives up here. So.
Well, hey, it's kind of a segue into a topic we could talk about it real quick. We've talked about this many times before, but I think it's a topic that needs to be revisited often because I think it's a common question we get is how do underwater habitats handle storms like
habitats?
And I know we've talked about depth being a factor in it.
Mm-hmm. I think location is too. I mean, obviously, ideally, you like try to find put one in a place that really doesn't have that many hurricanes in a non-hurricane area zone. But for instance, we know what happens to an extent, like with Aquarius. I can't remember what hurricane it was. It wasn't Katrina. It was another big one that came through a few years ago. And Aquarius, as you know, is sitting around 60 feet of water. That it actually did slightly move it and cause some slight damage to it. But that was a massive hurricane. So it was like a fluke type of thing. So yes, there is potential. Once again, had they been a little bit deeper, probably wouldn't have been a big of a deal. So obviously the depth is a big thing and location. So take both those into play. And that's why some people even propose, a mobile habitat so that you could move. And that's, in case of a situation like that or whatever. So
the future has many options.
And look, I am sporting merch tonight.
I am too.
There we go. So
on the Trident one.
Yeah,
because in a lot of cases, you could actually possibly be safer depending on your depth and
absolutely
and all that.
Either way, I've been in a building where a tornado is going over. I can only imagine what it sounded like in a hurricane. I don't know if it's probably not the same, but I wonder what it sounded like to be in a habitat when a hurricane going over top of you.
I don't think I'd want to be the first one to find out.
Well, probably not.
Because
it probably would be much.
What are you gonna do? Like, you're not gonna leave. Like you're not gonna go swim to the surface and be like, "Yeah, I need to get out of here."
It probably wouldn't be much sound though, because it's not like wind or anything. It's just like water. So
I think it would probably just sound like I don't know. I bet you'd kind of hear like I don't want to use the term vibration, but like
boop.
Like a kind of sound.
Okay. Well,
one more time.
I'm sure one of these days we will all figure this out, but
yeah. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully we won't have to deal with.
Well, no, I mean, certainly we're going to be in a habitat when a hurricane goes over. So
yeah. And with technology and stuff, we would know in advance, like, hey, we probably shouldn't be down there in the next few days.
Exactly.
But we could probably get a guy like I don't know, one of the guys from like Jackass or something to be like, hey, can you go stay down here and like in the middle of a hurricane? Then they can test it out. They can film their show. And then, yeah, we're good to go. We get our research done. They make a buck and everything's good to go.
Sure. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know what I did want to, I got several notes for tonight and I'm not trying to catch you off. That wasn't going anywhere. So, but you know what is coming up?
What's that?
DEMA is coming up in November.
Oh. Where's that one at this year? Vegas again?
It is at Vegas. It's November 16th through the 19th. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in there for anybody that wants to check it out there.
Dima.
Yeah. I still want to go to that one of these days. I think it'd be very cool to check that thing out.
I think it'd be fun to go as a spectator, but yet be able to pass out like business cards and stuff. Yeah,
it would be cool. Definitely a bucket list thing. So yeah, I don't know if anybody out there that has been to. Obviously, I think Ted Clark said he's been. He said it's cool. I'm not sure if anybody else we've talked to has been there. Yeah.
I'm sure we know people. We just probably can't think. I bet you someone like why can't I think of his name? One of your buddies that does the other guy doing the Habitat, and he writes books and
Dennis Chamberlain.
Thank you. I bet you he's been.
Yeah,
he seems like the kind of guy that would go to something like that.
Also, yeah, true. I don't know if he has or not. Probably not. But talking about people I know, I had a phone call this last week with our contact over in Turkey. Talked to him for a little while, find out what's going on with them. He's very tight-lipped on announcing what they're doing and stuff like that to the public. They did on the LinkedIn post a thing about design and how they're using the same design engineer that worked on Poseidon Undersea Resorts. So if anybody remembers the Poseidon Undersea Resorts, which have never been built, but are also by L. Bruce Jones, who owns Triton Submarines. Lots of names going down here. But I guess they're working with that same guy that designed that. So there's that. Also, they're in the running for like government contracts with the European Space Administration or something along those lines. And they'll find out later this year if they've won. And they get, I think he said like something like 200,000 euros or something like that towards their project. So that could be big. Cool. Yeah. He's also he's been talking with the people at Aquarius and trying to get a team together to spend like a week underwater at Aquarius to test like the psychological aspects and just stuff along those lines.
I wonder what the amenities would be like there. I mean, it's got to be obviously it's got to be a lot different than like Jules. Like, no one's going to deliver you a pizza out at Aquarius.
No, because once you're down there for, I think you get 45 minutes to an hour, something like that, and then you're saturated. So at that point in time, if you want to come back to the surface, it's going to take you a while to get back because you have to desaturate, decompress. So once you're down there, you're stuck.
Does it take longer to decompress?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I never knew that. I didn't like. So like going down doesn't take as long. But
it doesn't take any time. You can go straight down. That doesn't bother you. Oh,
see, I thought you still had to do levels going down.
The only reason people stop is that let their ears and stuff equalize. But that just never bothers me. I can equalize just like that. It's like when you fly, when your ears pop and stuff in the airplane, it's basically the same principle. You're just going underwater. Right. So, yeah, most people are going to take it gradual down, but you could go straight down because you want to spend as much bottom time as possible because you're going to take so much time coming back up. So the deeper you go, the more your body gets saturated. And then if you start breathing mixed gases, it's a completely different world then. So, yeah. So if you're in Aquarius for quite a while, it could take you like a month or so to decompress to come back up to the surface. I mean, you got to be down there for a while, but yeah.
Like how you like? What do you mean it would take a month to decompress?
So what they'll do is like in Aquarius is they like close off the moon pool, and then they pressurize the whole entire habitat itself. It becomes like a decompression chamber, and so they slowly bring you back up to that surface atmosphere. So then they can open up the moon pool again. You swim back up, and you make your regular decompression from 60 foot.
Man, all that stuff's confusing to me, but.
Okay. So either way, whoever goes on that for a week is going to have a little bit of time to decompress. And yeah, as far as amenity goes, like I said, I watched that one astronaut that said there is no bathroom. You got to swim outside to go to the bathroom. They're probably not eating 4-course meals or anything like that. It's really bunks as far as sleeping arrangement, which is, I guess it is at Jules as well. But and that's always my problem with going with a group is I snore. And I know that it bothers people. So that's one reason I don't want to go with groups at any of these type of things because it's like, man, I'm going to be keeping everybody awake at night.
I could go with you. It's a white noise to me because my wife snores really bad. So it's just like, you get used to it. So it's just like.
And I'm also wondering if the pressure would.
You would remind me of my wife if we were to go spend some time together by ourselves.
And I wonder if the pressure affects snoring or not.
That's kind of. I bet you it. I would bet that it does because a lot of people that say like have sleep apnea, they get the sleep masks, which.
Yep. It's pushing more air into you though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be curious to see. I don't know. Anyway, are you searching that now?
I'm going to look that up now.
Yeah. Something else going on. I will announce right now is that something I've been wanting to work on. I've talked about it a couple of times on here before. Is to have a location. Oh, hey, Babe's got something to say here. What's Babe got going on? Hey, Babe, how's it going? I think I saw one time that people stayed 3 days to a week and had to spend at least 24 hours if they stayed decompressed in Aquarius. Yeah, I couldn't remember what the ratio was, but I know it's a lot longer than just your general decompression. But anyway, what I was getting ready to talk about. Oh yes, by the way, we have to congratulate Babe. He passed his test today. So congratulations, Babe. He had this big test for work that he talked about last time that he was on. I think that he's getting ready for. So congratulations, Babe.
Congrats. I tip my cup to you.
And now he can move on to stuff he really wants to study now and stuff that he has to study.
Yeah. Oh, that was a weird hiccup. Sorry.
So one thing I talked about was wanting to have a place. Oh, go ahead.
I did this one. So this says in space, no one can hear you snore. Astronauts have to put up with many inconveniences, but snoring bunkmates is not one of them. A new study shows that the microgravity aboard orbiting craft virtually eliminates snoring and greatly reduces other breathing problems during sleep. But wouldn't that be the same? Because wouldn't a space shuttle or space station still be a pressurized environment?
But it's the gravity aspect. It's the fact that you don't have gravity pulling you. Because what usually makes you breathe is your tongue sliding back and hitting that soft palate. So without the gravity, you wouldn't have that. It's not the pressure; it's the gravity.
Okay.
Because like if I move my jaw forward and like have like an overbite or underbite, I don't snore. So it's just that place right there. I have
a bad underbite and I snore, so I don't think that's.
Well, anyway. So, it would not be the same. I think that if you could increase the pressure and pump like more oxygen and stuff into the habitat, it might make a difference because you get more oxygen. But even then, I still think physically, the reason you snore, physically, it would still be there. You have to wear something to. And once again, it depends on why you snore too. Probably everybody snores for different reasons. Anyway, can I finish my what I was saying now?
I never meant to cut you off. I just wanted to give you a signal that I found one of the things. So
well,
keep going.
So, Atlantic Colony, what I wanted to do was have a place where we could have like a reservoir of information. So if you're people who love the ocean, that's one of the things. Like I'm always looking for other things to listen to read, to whatever for ocean stuff, and it's hard to find sometimes. So I decided Atlantic Colony is going to have a page that has all the information. And so I started working on that. I showed it to Babe. I threw it in the Patreon members area. And for the Patreon members, they can actually input more information and let us know other stuff they want in there. But here it is. It's not live yet as far as attached to the website, but it's called Resources. And on the resources, it's got podcasts you can listen to. It's got books you can read. You got to pay for them, obviously. YouTube channels. I'm probably going to have web links at some point in time. But yeah, get more and more stuff on there. This is just stuff that I knew about, that either I've read, I've listened to, I've used in the past. So yeah, it's an ever-growing thing. And hopefully people use it, and hopefully people get some value out of it. So we'll see.
Yeah, you sent that to me the other day, and yeah, well, I shouldn't say the other day; it was yesterday. But yeah, I liked it. I liked all the info. We had plenty of links to all the other, books and movies and podcasts.
There's no movies.
Sorry,
you didn't even look at the page, did you?
I honestly, up until you said it a second ago, I didn't even know we had a website. So
yeah, well, there's that.
No. I thought there was, for some reason, I thought there was a movie on there.
No, there's no movies.
Well, then your list isn't complete now, is it?
Oh, well.
I bet you there's documentaries and videos you could put up there.
True.
Your work is not over yet.
I never said it was. I said it's an ever-growing list.
I'm gonna go back to this one more time. So it sounds like you can still snore on an airplane. So therefore, and that's a pressurized area. So yeah, I gotta think that you would still snore in a underwater habitat.
Yes, I agree. Maybe. Like I say, you check the website. If they're not on there, we can always add them on there too.
I'm doing a live stream right now.
But I have to keep this on.
Yeah, you do. Go get your bed.
Anyway, I muted you. What?
I do.
Amelia doesn't know we are live streaming right now.
I realize that.
Oh, I thought you said a what? Anyways.
Yeah, so the topic for tonight is one that we've talked about in the past as well, and one that keeps on coming back to me. And it's how do, and once again, this is not something that you and me are going to be able to change. It's more of a thought-provoking question type of thing and open for discourse. But how do we, make the race and the how do we make ocean habitation, colonization, manned exploration as attractive and as appealing to the masses as space is? How do we hit that hotbed, and how do we get that kind of traction?
I would like to take this question first.
Sure.
Because I got to think about it after I read your description. So we've been posting news articles and stuff about how there's they're using a lot more underwater drones and satellites that are increasing the speed of mapping the ocean floor. Because when we honestly, just in the past couple of years since we started doing this, there's already been a ton of advancement in that alone. Yeah. They've started increasing the rate and just what they've been able to do with mapping it. And that's always been one of our big things. My theory is, I think once they can start getting these rough ideas of what some of the areas are that we haven't mapped before, that's gonna, I guess, open up the possibility of more exploration. So just because they can get a picture of it, or maybe what's the word I want to where you can kind of do I don't want to say ultrasound, but where you can get an idea of the landscape or the geography based off of sending waves and stuff back and forth. What's the word I'm looking for?
Sonar.
Okay, yeah, like doing some sonar. So maybe you're not getting the best images through what they're doing right now, but then it would be hey, this area looks really interesting. We should be down there. We should be checking this out. Maybe we discover some new biology, some new plants and whatever. And it's just hey, we should probably spend some more time in this area or in this vicinity and see what else is down here or around this area that we haven't seen before. So that's my theory. Maybe,
but even right now, every time we go down there, we find something new as it is. So that might bring a little bit, but I don't think it's going to make that big pop. Why would that attract the general public? How would it excite people like it does space?
One thing is, and we've been talking about this past week, maybe we need to be setting up a habitat where these eels are breeding, so we know exactly how that's going on.
Yeah, we still don't know how eels come about.
Yeah. Quick side story. Brendan sent me a video, and we got to talking on and off all week, basically, since he sent it to me. And granted, the video was a little bit more vague than what is out there, but the general idea is that there's still hardly any information out there about where eels come from. Like, as far as like, nobody's ever actually seen them breeding, I guess. So, and like, they just have like a weird life cycle and stuff. So, yeah. But something to do with they're heading towards a certain area, and then they.
The Sargasso Sea.
So, thank you. That, and like, they're one of the only creatures that can go from freshwater to saltwater back to freshwater and all that. So
right, yeah, but they do. It's like a metamorphosis is what they basically go through for the most part. It seems to be.
Yeah. So yeah, we should set up a habitat just so we can be like, all right, there's one right there. See what it does.
And I agree. I think that housing habitats or any kind of underwater structure with tons of webcams and a live feed to document and record what's going on at wherever it is. Ted Clark's Dive Locker episode is a good way to sway many people to the idea of underwater habitats as well as scuba. Oh, really? His last one? Which one was that?
And he didn't invite us on?
Whatever. Let me go to his... Because that's one of the links here on the resources page. What was his last one? Oh, I'll deal with it later. I don't want to mess with it right now.
One of the podcasts, by the way, that we have referenced on the reference page.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
Sorry, I was messaging my wife telling her to close my basement door so we can't hear the dogs bark.
Okay, man, yeah. I'll check that out. I'll listen. I'm through most of my good podcasts for the week already, so I guess I'm driving to tomorrow. I'll listen to that then. And Ted Clark's is one I don't listen to enough. But yeah, so yeah, I'll check that out. And so yeah, I think that stuff like that, if we were to catch something amazing on camera or something like that, that might, like back when we were hunting for the elusive giant squid that had never been captured on camera. When that came through, there was some notoriety around that. But once again, it was like 15 minutes of fame type of thing.
Right, but I think it's one of those things that opened up the conversation and opened up more intrigue about what else could be down there. And it doesn't even have to be in the the most extreme depths or whatever. I don't know. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things. That, and just even from a business standpoint, is that I think as a company like us or anybody else that tries to do the same thing, as we try to make the habitats more accessible for anyone, regardless if you can scuba or not. Like, if we could find alternative ways of doing it, you're opening up a whole new brand of industry of tourism too. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, yeah, we went to this beautiful resort in the Maldives or whatever, and it's just like, okay, cool.
You did. No, I didn't know this.
As an example. But it's just like, okay, yeah, a lot of people have done that or whatever. But it's like, oh no, but now they have these like underwater like hotel rooms that you can like take these subs to or whatever, and then you can actually, whatever. So it's just like, I think the tourism industry will be the big thing, and I don't know, man. I think the world is just coming to a place where people are gonna slowly want to be out on their own, whether it's being hermits in the mountains or hermits in the sea or something like that. I don't know. I think once it is accomplished on, say like a commercial level, it can go to privatized, and it's just like, yeah, you can just take this and pop it wherever. I mean, maybe not wherever, but
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, like Ocean X, like they're doing a bunch of good stuff too. And I don't know. I don't have an answer to this. It was more of a discussion thing to get people talking. Babe agrees with you. Tourism has a great potential to jumpstart. Yeah. I think the nice thing about living in today's age and stuff like that is you got so many people that want to make those TikTok videos or the YouTube videos for the clicks and stuff along those lines. Anything extreme and stuff you can do. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll use TikTok for an example. Like, I was one of those people that like thought, oh, this is a stupid app, but then like I find myself on it way too often. But anyways, like you come across those videos of people that take like unique getaway vacations, like whether it's like just like a cool hotel room in a cool location, or just like little known places that you would have never, the stuff that's not like advertised super heavily. So it's just like, hey, if you want to find a cool place in Connecticut or something like that, like normally you'd be like, I don't really care to go there, but like people will post cool videos of cool locations, and it's like, oh, now that's something I want to do because I've seen someone else have fun doing it. So same thing where, I think it'd be great to see Jules get more of a presence on stuff like that, because I think, granted, they stay booked pretty regularly, but I mean, there's still a lot of people that don't know about like what Jules is and what they do.
Yeah, there's a lot more videos and stuff. I mean, Thane. Yeah, he's been putting out some good stuff here recently as far as like little things like how do you get stuff underwater? How does this happen? Like and little clips like that. I think those are great. I think he needs to be making more of those, especially on their YouTube channel, not just on Facebook and stuff too.
Babe says finding funding from sponsors or grants makes the project subject to things you may not agree with, which is very frustrating because I know there's money available for it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I shied away from trying to get money from the government, because it's one of those things where,
they got a leash on you in a sense.
Yeah, and same thing with any organization, but it's one of those things where I think that's why, especially if you start getting donors and funding like that, you need it's almost like a marriage. So you got to make sure you're getting in with somebody that you want to be with. So,
I want to be with you. I only want to be with you, right? You and me.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Oh, not into it.
But yeah, so I don't think we've been doing some shorter Tuesday nights here recently, but that's okay. We got some, like I say, really holding off because we got some good interviews coming up this fall. Everybody keeps on pushing off busy summers and stuff along those lines, but we'll have some good stuff coming up here.
I need to get a hold of Carly. We had her on a couple weeks ago. We talked about the food stuff, and she suggested LG beer. I can't find where to buy that other than Europe. So I'm trying to figure out how to get some. So if anybody that watches this knows where you can get LG beer stateside, hook a brother up. Like with a link. I'm not asking you to buy it for me, but like if you know where I can buy it and order it, appreciate that. And from what I understand, it's made with LG water, not necessarily like they don't like ferment it in LG, unless I'm understanding that wrong. But either way, I'm pretty excited.
All right.
Are you in a bad mood or something right now, or what?
It is so hot here, dude. I'm just dying. I just got sweat pouring down me. I just got the fan blowing on me. It is so hot.
It is like seem like
I'm dying. I'm dying.
You're kind of like me. You can't stand being warm for too long.
No. So we can either wrap this up, or I'm gonna have to go turn the air on or something.
Either one's fine, to be honest with you. I don't ever hear your fan when it's on. I think you hear it more than I do.
Well, yeah, if I turn the one that's in this room on, it's louder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I would suggest getting a quiet fan.
I got a fan. I'm talking about the air conditioning unit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, so do we have a designated idea for next week? Do we have a guest next week?
I haven't. Okay. No, we don't. Not next week. We don't.
Babe, if you're not doing anything next Tuesday, do you have next Tuesday off? Are you still doing the every other Tuesday thing? If not, maybe he can join us just for fun.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Just for fun.
We can talk about that too. We'll figure it out.
This is Cheeto. All right. Yeah, having said... Oh, the cat smells. Anyways, having said all that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah.
Open up some conversation.
Yeah.
How do we sustain? How do we adapt? How do we move forward? Ponder on all that. Take a look. It's in a book. All right. Let's do our banners here. All right, guys. So, no. ASCcolony.com. You can find all of our social medias there. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Check out the new references page for books and podcasts and all that good stuff that Brendan put up.
Yeah.
It's good. And there's a lot of good information that's out there. Also, patreon.com. If you want to, as a matter of fact, we'll throw up our patrons right now. If you want to donate a little bit of money, like $1, $5 a month, whatever it is, and
you get a say in what's going on the resource page too.
Oh, crap. Okay, I'll talk about it at the very end a little bit. Sorry. So, yeah, you can, all the information is right there, patreon.com/ASC that helps us out, raising some money, getting some things going with this. PayPal.com or paypal.me/AtlantaSeaColony. Can donate any random amount. We had some generous donations this past week, which we greatly appreciate. Super helpful and super kind of our donor. Also, AtlantaSeaColony.com/merch. Check out the shirt. It has a little bit of cat hair right here. Once again, when you buy the merch, it helps us out a little bit there too, because we get a little bit of cut of that. Patrons, as always, Edward Haas, Brian Acosta, S. Babe Hyde. I think Brendan lost internet because this thing was going sketchy there for a second. So yeah, Edward Haas, Brian Acosta, S. Babe Hyde. Also, is what I was going to talk about before I got sidetracked here, is we have a Discord going. It's just I don't have the info for it right now. So I'll put it up on our social media soon. We have different conversation threads that we can talk through. Brendan and I are still trying to explore what all we'll do with that. So I'll have more info on the next live stream, but look forward to that on the social media pages. Sorry, I'm losing track here. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again next Tuesday. And thank you for tuning in.